The weather has started to clear again as we bring you another Sunday special. The bright sun is now shining over here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium, where we have the Philippines Football League match number 16. This is Kaya FC Iloilo taking on the Gentle Giants Cebu FC. Glenn Casas here describing the action for you, and to unpack their football minds next to me is Natasha Alquiraz. How are you doing?
I've been good, and it's so exciting to cover the PFL once again. Two amazing games that we'll be having here today at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. And in just a bit, of course, it's going to be Kaya FC Iloilo, the defending champions, taking on Dynamic Herb Cebu FC. Kaya, the only team so far, especially with Wantagig's loss last night, the only team that has not dropped points yet.
Yeah, I would agree. And Kaya, with their showing right now, really strong when it comes to the domestic league. They have been dominating the field so far, but of course, you and I both know that that's not the full extent of the story, because right now in front of them is a thorn in their sights from last year, Cebu FC, who has denied them of the final series.
That's right. So last season, Kaya were the league champions, and that made it their third league title back to back. But they lost to Dynamic Herb Cebu, or Cebu FC, in that Final Four series that they had. Eventually, Cebu were the final series champions. They beat Wantagig in that finals, and they are the representatives in the Shopee Cup for this year. They recently had a game midweek against a Vietnamese side, Công An from Hanoi.
Yes, and
did lose that match 1-0.
I agree with that. And also, it's they're also starting with their own campaign here as well. They kind of are short one game, if I'm not mistaken, because they have been in about internationally. So this is certainly one for the challenges that they have right now. But what's your quick assessment of both of these teams today, based on their current forms?
Well, for both teams, if you're Kaya FC, you have played 3 games, 3 wins, solely based on the PFL, and this is actually their first test against our team ranked high. Let's say that their game against Aguilas, technically, Aguilas is a revamped team, but they weren't in the top 4 last season. So this will be the first test actually of Kaya FC Iloilo, and if they still want to remain the team to beat, they have to beat Cebu in this matchup. For Cebu, of course, they want to bounce back from their loss in the Shopee Cup. They lost their opener against Wantagig, but they quickly bounced back against Stallion Laguna, beating them at the last moment. So they've had this form recently: 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss. So they want to make sure that they get back on that winning streak.
Well, one team there has been convincing in their first few, but this is the first actual test that they will have. That's Kaya FC Iloilo. On the other hand, a very rough patch coming for Dynamic Herb Cebu, because looking at their first 2 games, Wantagig agad, Stallion agad, and you know when you go into those games, you're definitely not going out there unscathed. So this is certainly another test. Unang tatlong laro. Yeah. I think that we are going to look at the player to watch out for Kaya, which, my God, what do you think of him?
Mike Ott, I'd say is one of the best signings that Kaya FC Iloilo had for this season. He started out strong from the get-go, from the first PFL matchup, already scored a goal for them, had a brace in their first game, scored against Aguilas, and then scored 2 goals again against Mendiola. So 5 goals to his name, so he brings a lot of the attacking firepower for the side of Kaya.
Right, well, we're going to turn it over to the coach here with some words before the match. We have Yu Ho-Shi.
Yes, Cebu is a really good team right now, so we prepare really well against Cebu. Actually, our players have a lot of experience, good side and bad side. So today is a really good match for our test against Cebu. Especially Cebu is a really good team, so our motivation is really high today.
Well, motivation is certainly one of the important factors if you're carrying on the momentum from your wins, especially now that this is a tough challenge. So based on what we have right now, we we will be looking at the dynamic Herb Cebu in force as well. Uh, this team right now trying to build up from where they've certainly been a while. The team that they have hasn't changed as much. And what's quite interesting is, despite the fact na yung may changes naman, but very minimal, at the same time, effective, don't you think?
Yes, exactly. For the side of Dynamic Herb Cebu, they've also invested a lot in getting young players, most especially that back line. They have one of the youngest back lines in this league at the moment. And if they can just hold on to these players for a long set of time, they could see much continuous growth for the side of Cebu.
Of course, that's certainly one of the investments that they have, the experience that they can drive in. Now, player to watch, quite interestingly, you and I both agreed that it would be the goalkeeper, Jaridi, who we'll be looking at right now. And look at the current lineup of Cebu. A couple of changes, 4 changes if I count correctly.
So a couple of changes for the side of Coach Glenn. From their last Shopee Cup match, they actually made 3 changes. But we'll take a look first at that player to watch, Rami Jaridi, the goalkeeper for Cebu. As you all know, Kaya FC in their last 3 outings, they've racked up a total of 21 goals. So Jaridi will play a crucial part in this matchup. He played really well against Stallion Laguna FC to make sure that Cebu got the clean sheet and ended up getting a goal late in that matchup.
Well, speaking of Coach Glenn, let's hear his words here about this upcoming challenge.
So our team right now is we just arrived from Vietnam for our Shopee Cup, and we have 2 to 3 players got injury. It's important players also. Then right now, my team is still in recovery from the high gain in Vietnam, and our trip also terrible because of the weather. Turbulence is really bad. So now, of course, we aim for this game. All of us teams here aiming for winning every match.
Let's throw the action over to the field for the opening sequence. You have it. Opening sequence is done. Warm-ups in the way. Tasha, this is going to be an interesting sight to behold because both of these teams have something to prove, you know. And while it's in the early stages, masyado pang maaga to say whether the top 1, the top 5 will be the top 5, whether the bottom 5 will be the bottom 5. Currently, Kaya sitting at second place kasi Digger has been doing quite well in their campaign this season. And Cebu currently sitting in 7th place, surprisingly. So there's still a lot to unpack in the next few games. Pero round 1 pa lang tayo.
Exactly, so anything can happen, but they have to take it one match at a time, and it's matches like this that you have to win. For Kaya FC, they're shaping up in a 4-1-4-1 formation. Cortez as the goalkeeper, Arboleda, Casambre, Yamazaki, and Menzi. Wins is the holding mid with Ot, Eso, Daniels, Bedic, and Melisa up on top. For the side of Cebu, in a 4-4-2, Jaridi is the goalkeeper in between the sticks. Villanueva, Ladel, Camis, and Rosquillo at the back line. Fati on the left, Corsame on the right, Core and Gadia in the midfield, and Abu C and Pinto up on top.
Well, one of the things that we noticed first off kanina when we were looking at the lineups is somebody is missing from Cebu FC, and that is Rico Andes, the one who has scored the lone goal in their last PFL outing quite convincingly during the last minute, and currently his services are not required today. Oh, but before we continue, there will be a moment of silence.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we pick up the match, we ask everyone to please stand and observe a moment of silence.
That moment of silence was offered for Reynaldo Basindanan, the father of Sherwin Basindanan, who recently passed away. Cebu FC is also asking for your prayers for Dabangom, the mother of Abu C.
So on behalf of everyone at the PFL, of course, we send our condolences for father of Sherwin Basindanan and for the mother of Abu C. And for sure that these players on the pitch today will be playing their hearts out for their teammate.
Hearts on their sleeve, that is for sure, especially with a lot on the line. This is the first round. There will be 3 rounds, and after the first 2 rounds have been concluded, the placing will start to take effect. So this is really critical for both teams. Hindi pwedeng magsayang ng points at this stage, kahit maaga pa. Don't you agree?
Eventually everything to play for, because only the top seed will get that ACL 2 playoff spot as well as the Shopee Cup spot. So the chance not only for Pride to win the local league, but to represent on the international level as well.
And of course, being able to represent the country at that high a stake is a really critical thing. Well, we have kicked off now. Kaya FC in the yellow shirts playing from left to right, going up against Cebu in the red, going the opposite direction. Ball looking for Abu C. Successfully delivered there.
We talked about it early on that no Rico Andes for the side of Cebu. So that's definitely something that Kaya need to pounce on. Rico Andes has been a striker in form for the side of Cebu. Has been scoring most of the goals for their side, whether it's at the local level, the PFL, or for the international level as well. Did score the late winner against Stallion Laguna.
And currently, by the numbers, Rico Andes has already scored 5 this season in all competition. Good delivery, header, but no follow through, and Kaya will have to restart with a goal kick. So with Rico Andes, their sharpest tool in the toolbox right now that missing, of course, they would have to rely on his striking partner, Abu C, who currently has 1 assist, 1 goal throughout all competitions. And so to say, parang last year, he is not that bad of a player. He has been effective in that position.
Definitely, Abu C is a player who is a tall target player and a very speedy one up on top.
Defensive clearance there. Camis. that was rather Brian Villanueva who got a foot in the way, but at the expense of a corner, which Kaya will be taking. He's in position. Looks like it will go long. Trying to get to that middle of the box. There it goes, and straight into the hands of Jaridi. Looks like he's got his work cut out for him today. Rami Jaridi, one of the goalkeepers that has shown a lot of heart, especially when they face tough opposition in One Taguig and Stallion. That foul, Corre takes really quickly, going for the left wing, trying to look for Fatih.
You'd also have to see how Cebu can quickly bounce back after losing their matchup in the Shopee Cup. Of course, they had to travel away. They had to travel to Vietnam. Let's see how they do today against Kaya FC Iloilo. Highest test for them.
Well, Kaya certainly is giving them a bit of a test early on, but it's still quite 50-50 from where we're standing. Looks like Cebu has had their fair share of delivering the ball into the box, but right now that was a good clearance from Kaya. Kaya now looking to move that ball through the midfield. Goes back to Fitch Arboleda. Going as far back as Yamazaki now.
I think that this will be most probably also the first time we'll really see Yamazaki be tested as he slots in into that center back position.
Well, that was a beautiful pass there, but the shot coming off of it was just poor. Eric Eso. Now Cebu with his turn, looking for that pass again. Cebu consistently using Fatih on that left side. Foul called by the referee, and it goes to Kaya.
For Kaya FC Iloilo, from their last game against Mendiola, where they racked up a 8-0 win against them, they did have 6 changes for this Kaya side. So another rotation again in the squad. Sambre, Menzi, Eso, Daniels, Meliza, and Bedik all get the start today.
And they might really be what they're looking for right now. They just need the more sharper tools right off the bat, because they feel that Cebu is quite a challenge. And right now Kaya, which fits Arboleda with the throw, looking to find a way to inch it through, but well guarded by Cebu. Villanueva has that area marked. Long throw by Arboleda into the box. Trying to control it in the air. Good clearance by the center back. Kaya trying to clean it up. Just goes out for another throw.
And in this matchup also for the side of Kaya FC Iloilo, someone that's really exciting to watch as well is Gavin Muens, who gets that role in that midfield. He didn't start in their last, he did start against Mendiola, but the matches before that really wasn't in that first 11. But now finding a way to break through and keeps his spot there.
Yeah, and from the previous season, Muens as well has been quite a dynamo in midfield, being able to hold that possession. And it's really critical for a possession-based play that Kaya wants to employ. Ooh, that was no call. No, referee calls it, and it will be a foul in favor of Cebu. Player on the ground right now, but looks like it's just a little bit of a rough accident. Having a look at it right now. 50-50 ball trying to clear.
That was a late challenge from Menzi.
Audi Menzi, the culprit. Looks like this gives Cebu a good opportunity to put the ball in, but you think from that range, you could go for it yourself.
Do have the players capable, but they also have tall players up on top that they can feed it to. Closer look at the coach for Dynamic Herb Cebu, Coach Glenn Ramos.
May katangkaran nga ang Cebu. They have the height advantage. Corey over the ball, he takes it, tries to chip it over, but it goes through everybody and straight into the hands of Alfredo Cortez. Kaya now trying to turn things really quickly. Not Not quick enough here. Goes back to the defense. Arboleda has the ball on the left flank. Couldn't find anyone with that pass except Kamis. Now Cebu just trying to get their shape together. They're going to restart another attack from the back. And this is a very common flavor because I've been watching Cebu play, and this is one of the things that they really frequently do is they pull the ball back really, really high before they restart the attack.
When you're a team, of course, you want to bring it all the way back to your goalkeeper. You're trying to attract the Kaya players to come off position, to press up high, find more pockets of spaces to be able to bring the ball up.
Pocket of space was granted there, but ooh, that was a bad one. Well, that will be a foul, and Cebu will take advantage. Taken quickly. Shifting the direction over to the other flank. Now down to the midfield. Cebu still can't find a way through. Kaya with the throw. Looks like Kaya would try to shift the direction as well, all the way back to Alfredo here, maybe to draw some people out as well. There you go. That low pass. Arboleda on the left wins. They keep going with this attack here. Kaya cannot press forward. They will try the other side. Oh, goes back to Arboleda on that left flank. It's Koksame. Arboleda with that pass. Couldn't find anyone, but the ball goes back into the box. We're still looking for someone to strike it, but Cebu has retrieved it and lost it at the expense of another foul. Kaya to take.
This is a good distance for Kaya FC to take advantage of a set-piece opportunity. And a closer look at Coach Yu Hoshide, head coach for Kaya FC Iloilo, men's and the women's team.
Well, that's definitely a lot of experience there, but we're going to have a good opportunity here to just... There's also the option of taking it yourself. That's quite close. Two players over the ball. I got one of them. John Meliza, also the top assists for Kaya. Goes up with the delivery. No one to head it, but there's a chance and it just goes over. The attack is not over yet. Kaya can keep applying the pressure here with the corner. It looks like it will be John Meliza who's going to take it for that delivery.
Kaya FC doing well on that set-piece opportunity, winning a corner as well, keeping it in the attacking third.
Delivery here. Someone ahead it. No one there. Goes over everybody, and a chance again for Kaya to re-deliver.
It just skims through the head of one of the Cebu FC defenders. Another corner in favor of Kaya.
Yung unang delivery failed. Time for the reschedule. In it comes John Meliza again. People in the box. Koksame with a clearance. And Cebu can't fight another day. Kaya has it. Arboleda. Goes back to Yamazaki. Long pass, looking for that run from Meliza on that right flank. Meliza gets it against one defender. But here comes the backup. He opts to pass it back. Menzi loses that ball. And Kore, it could be away. Looking for that pass. Abusi on the left. Backup coming from his left side. We got the run. And we have the shove. And the referee has called a foul. But I think the card has been shown. I think it's just over the edge of the box. Well, certainly having some words here, our referee.
The foul just happened right outside the box at the edge of it. Kaya giving away a foul in a dangerous area. all started with accumulating errors. Not the best deliveries of the corner play. Menzi losing it.
And then that
They had so many players up on top. Cebu with a quick transition. Melisa with no choice but to foul Abusi.
And that was a really risky kind of foul. I mean, a split second too late, and it could have been inside the box. But right now, we have an opportunity here to see the ball being delivered onto Kaya's territory with Roberto Corsame over it. Let's see the intention. Let's see the delivery. Corsame over the bar.
Overcooked there from Papo Corsame. And there was a confirmation earlier that Janjan Melisa picks up a yellow card very early in this matchup.
Certainly not the player that you would like accumulating cards, considering what he has been offering to the team. But this is his first yellow of the season. That would be okay. John Melisa again now making that run. Good pass to the middle. Poor touch. And he could not control that ball, Eric Eso.
So already quickly apologizing to his teammates. He had a heavy touch, but does enough in the end to make sure that they get the corner.
That was certainly an opportunity to control the ball and lay it off to someone who's in a better place, but Kaya will have to try another one here from the corner flag. Lisa, delivery number 3. Looks good, but no one to take it. And it has been cleared. Well done by the Cebu defender. And it goes over for a throw. Kaya wants to take it quickly, but nobody in place to restart it.
And at the moment, Rosquillo is down for the side of Cebu. It's slow to get back up. From Cebu's last game in the Shopee Cup, the midweek game, they made 3 changes from that first 11. Rosquillo gets the start over Amirul, Fati over Paulos, and Abusi over Andes.
You've been in that position before, traveling. That was the game immediately shortly after travel. So it really does take a toll on the body. Kahit travel ka lang, no?
Especially, of course, Cebu are a team that, the only team in the PFL that are not based in Manila area.
Yes. Dynamic Herb Cebu Stadium being under pressure there. Had to clear quickly. Mike Ott menacing inside that box, and Kaya just retrieves possession. They can start over. Arboleda looking to pass it. Goes to the keeper, Cortez. Cortez goes to Yamazaki. And the attack goes on the right flank. Eso couldn't get to it. Villanueva saying that it was not his foul. Referee thinks otherwise.
Closer look at the crowd here today at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. A lot of players coming up, a lot of people coming on to watch. This is a big matchup.
And quite an important one that could impact the lead here. Oh, that was a good run, but still not quick enough for John Melisa to take it from Jeridi. Cebu loses it in midfield. Menzi Owens passes it to the center back. Now back to Arboleda. Asambre again. Who's he gonna pick? Goes to Yamazaki, shifts it to the right again. There's a bit of space that Cebu is giving them on that right flank, but still Kaya could not capitalize on that space. Still looking for that little moment of opening here. They go through the midfield. Still couldn't find a way through. Ball goes back to Alfredo. Yamazaki, Audi wanted to make that run. Lays it off to Eso instead. Eso tries to shift direction. Passes it over. Casambre. Still waiting for another teammate there. Goes to Arboleda. Left side this time for Kaya. Still no way through for them. They are just hanging onto the ball right now, waiting for that opening patiently.
So it's been pretty organized at the back or the side of Cebu. Choosing a moment of confrontation. Now on the quick transition.
Fati on that left side. Delivery. Nobody there, but that was so close to Abu C to just take a swipe at it. Now Kaya has to be wary because Cebu is really quick in the transition.
Now, that's one thing Cebu are known for as well, are on those counterattacks. They have the players capable, speedy players, to be able to do those quick counterattacks.
At ano yun, isa sa mga flavor ni Cebu, they really have this tendency to utilize the maximum width of their flanks. They have the speedier players on the wings that could really threaten you. And Kaya has the same, but right now they're not as effective.
Cebu, as we talked about it, defensively very organized, very compact. It's good to see young kids, of course, coming out on here as well. Show their support for the men's league.
Sana dumami pa sila. We are still inviting you. At live ngayon, kung gusto nyo pang humabol, the gates are still open here at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium.
Sunday ngayon, walang traffic.
Maganda yan. And maganda rin yung pasa na yun, but he couldn't get it. Oh, that's a chance there. That was a chance and a half to shoot for Jovin Bedic.
That was good defensive work by Villanueva. Just closing in on Jovin Bedic, not allowing him to take a solid shot.
Another nervy moment here as Cebu dodges another one, and looks like they may have found some opportunities right down the middle rather than the flanks. Parang ngayon ko nga lang nabanggit yung pangalan ni Jovin so far throughout the game. Another corner delivery. Corner number 4, if I'm not mistaken. Could be number 5. Again, some commotion in the box. Good height and good direction, but not enough power. Still in the possession of no one. And Cebu gets it. Wow. Another intense exchange there, but that foul call.
Delivery from Mike Ott on that left-hand side. Just a bit of a scramble, just at the edge of the box. And eventually Muins gives away the foul on Fati.
Nandun na siya eh. Maganda na yung pwesto niya eh.
And of course, I call him Fati rather than his full last name.
You wanna try?
Udoy Dodzoda.
Ah, Kudoy Dodzoda.
Kasi by the time nasabi ko pa lang yung last name niya, wala na sa kanya yung bola. So we've asked the Cebu team and they said Fati is his nickname.
Well, that was another ball intended for Fati. You could see the sprint that young man has. Now Cebu keeps possession with this throw. Villanueva. Referee just urging it. John Mike Masinag. Pag babalik ang bola, looks like it's a Kaya ball. Arboleda. Still on that left flank. Arboleda again. Pressured to make some mistakes here. Goes all the way back to center back. Yamazaki again. Long pass coming from skipper. Bedic, good pass. Opportunity, not quite. And now it looks like Cebu could make a run for it. They don't have the numbers, but they have the speed. Abu C is waiting right in front. Can he thread it through? It is with Abu C. Abu C needs to make a good pass back. He tries to take it, and he could not. And now the defense is back on their shape. But Cebu isn't one to give up. Corsame Jr. outside and straight into the gloves of Alfredo Cortez.
And as we said, for Cebu, so quick on the transition. Kaya able to slow it down for a moment. But eventually, Corsame finds some space and takes a shot directly at Cortez, but a shot nonetheless.
And any striker worth his salt talaga. If you've been given that kind of space, you're certainly gonna take it. And take it. I will take this opportunity. May nag-iingay sa background ko na gusto ng shoutout. I'm shouting out to Jamer De La Cruz and his wife Giselle. Oh yeah, na buddy. I've already given it to you. And now let's get it back to the game with Cebu. Trying to restart from the back end. Looking for that run. Goes to Villanueva. Hanapin agad. Papunta sana kay Abu C. Still, the ball is in the air. Nobody to control it really well, but Audi Menzi has it, and the referee has blown a foul in favor of Kaya. Wow, so far so good. This is turning out as the even contest that we've dreamed that it would be. You could see Kaya trying with the possession-based football that they have. On the other side, Cebu really trying to get it to them, get them out of position, quick counter, and I really can't tell how it's going to happen because the last time I saw them when they were up against Stallion, it was quite the same thing. That Stallion was really trying to punish them by putting a lot of people up front, and that's how they got back to it.
As you saw in the stats also earlier, 56% possession in favor of Kaya FC. It's a little bit of that advantage possession-wise. So far, no solid attempt.
Ooh. Joven wanted to give you that solid attempt, but looks like that was a solid shoulder-to-shoulder tackle there, and the foul was called by the referee. Was it a shoulder-to-shoulder? Let's have a look.
Eliza able to find Bedic. Bit of a shove there from Kamis. Yeah, giving away set piece opportunity just outside the box. Dangerous place to give it away.
And look who's over the ball right now. You and I have seen him take shots like these. Training ground opportunity here. Time to make it come true. Ott on one side, Melisa the other. Both can deliver that quite a powerful punch from a dead ball situation. It's the five-man wall. Melisa takes it. It was on target and it's right in.
World class from Jan Melisa. Fantastic set piece delivery, a rocket of a shot, curls perfectly. Nothing Jaridi could do about that.
Well, you said it yourself. Cebu shouldn't be giving Kaya these kinds of opportunity because we have someone like Jan Melisa with that cannonball of a leg and that accuracy too. He made that ball dip just right, and Jaridi couldn't do anything about it. Full stretch, and still he couldn't get a glove to it.
And Jan Melisa, the captain, showing it on the pitch today, getting that 1-0 advantage. Look at that delivery, the speed, the pace, the curl. It's got everything just around the wall. The keeper was covering that further end.
So sweet, that shot. Let's look at that again. There you go. And it's just the right dip as well. Over the wall and under the bar. You couldn't ask for more.
Best goal we've seen from a set piece opportunity in the PFL. Fantastic work from Jan Melisa.
Well,
Standout, of course, from FEU. Actually found his way in the PFL, has even showed his way in the national team, has been in the pool a couple of times. Showing us here today why he's wearing the captain's armband for Kaya FC Iloilo.
And trickling down, you know, when players come from that kind of background all the way to this stage, and again, the stage beyond the domestic, if they succeed in winning this, that's quite a journey, so to say, something that wasn't possible a couple of decades ago for a young footballer, but right now we could see it right here. And John Meliza making the most of that.
Cebu FC just stunned at the moment. Of course, he gave away that foul just outside the box. And Kaya FC capitalizing on the opportunity. And let's see now how Cebu dig deep. You can expect that they'll press much up higher the pitch.
Dito makikita ngayon ang resolve. If ever Cebu really wants the results they want this afternoon, some changes has to be done. Right now looks like Cebu is trying to build it up. They have an opportunity here. Free kick from the half line. Goes back to his center backs.
But also only 28 minutes in this matchup, so there's still a lot of time for Cebu very well get in this game.
Mahaba pa, because there's plenty of football to be had for sure. And you could see a lot of opportunities for both teams to really stretch their wings. But right now, Kaya could breathe easy a little bit now that they have the advantage. Pero I wouldn't really rest on my laurels just yet, because this is Cebu we're talking about.
And from open play, Kaya hasn't really created much chances that have really tested Charidi or the back line of Cebu. It was a moment of brilliance, of a set-piece opportunity that put them on top. So the control for this game is still in anyone's favor.
Definitely. And right now, Cebu trying to take that control from Kaya. Another opportunity with a throw. They want to do it quickly. Throw to Abu C on that left flank. Tries to control it, waiting for a teammate. Gets Corsame. Corsame back to C. Dispossessed. Well cleared. And right now, Cebu is still struggling to really get out of the middle of the field right now. They can't seem to find their way onto the final third. So far, Kaya is just trying to calm things down, really set the tone, set the pace. Ito yung usually after scoring a goal, after taking the lead, ito yung mga pagkakataon na gusto mong i-run down yung orasan eh.
But you'd hope that they continue to play their game, because 1-0 lead against Cebu very early in this game is nothing. It's not a sure win or anything. There's still so much more football to be played.
Definitely a lot more football to be played here. And thinking about the fitness levels right now that Cebu has, currently coming from their away stint in the Shopee Cup, it really takes a toll on your lungs. And right now, Kaya wants to take advantage of that on that left side. Arboleda trying to get around Rosquillo. Couldn't find a way around, but they go with that pass instead. And that was as close as you could get for a header. And it was John Meliza who was the intended recipient too.
So earlier, it was 59% possession for Kaya FC, 41% for Cebu.
Menzi with a good pass. Oh, trying to dribble his way, couldn't find a path. Bedic on the ground. And Kaya will just have to kick this out. Ooh, looks like Bedic has his hand on his back right now. he will be soldiering on for now. No medical attention needed, but you can see the discomfort.
We saw the possession and the movement on the attacking third coming from Kaya FC. Best that we've seen them so far, connecting up on top. Didn't translate to a goal or a chance. Slowly, they're finding the spaces in between.
Yan yung ano, bibigyan ka ng konting atake sa puso. And right now, another attack here coming from Kaya. And that was a foul called by John Mike Basinag. And Kaya, another set-piece opportunity on the opposite side this time, but still within the same range of that earlier goal. Oh, and the card has been flashed.
Have to wait for confirmation. Who received the card?
I think that's Liddell. Noah Liddell, I think, was the recipient of that card. But yeah, let's wait for the official confirmation. Again, Kaya with this opportunity to drive that ball in, and this time they have the two same suspects lining up.
It's a similar range from where Janjan Meliza just scored a goal a few minutes earlier.
Could we see a repeat? Ott's turn! And this time straight into the hands of Rami Jeridi.
Jeridi getting tested again and does better this time around. Of course, if Kaya can hold on to this lead, especially until halftime, they will get that slight advantage coming into the second half.
Well, 33 minutes in, and still plenty of first half to be had right now, but we are just looking at another player on the ground.
Not mistaken, that's Kenshiro Daniels. At the moment, Kaya FC just on the receiving end of a lot of fouls from Cebu.
Looks like they have their work cut out for them here. Cebu really just pushing the tempo a little bit defensively, but still we can't see them translate to a good attacking opportunity. Hindi pa rin sila nakakatawid sa final third ever since conceding that goal, and that has been quite a challenge for them right now. Medyo nababara sila sa midfield.
See that frustration there from Kamis, just giving away possession.
Ooh. My God, the menace again. And it's not over yet. Oh, that was a poor touch, and the ball just goes to Cebu with a clearance. Same. Poor touch. Kaya could still be here. Eliza, lay off to Audi, and pass, and it's right in there. My God, doubles the advantage, and we are insured for now.
And just like that, Mike Ott getting that insurance goal early still in this game. Kaya FC Iloilo taking advantage of a miscontrol, a throw-in in their favor. They take it quickly. Mike Ott racking up a chance. It was a good save from Jeridi. But the follow-up, the second ball, and the third ball again, all falling in favor of Kaya FC Iloilo.
Rami Jeridi did his job. Well, let's have a look at this from Upstream Sports 4 camera angles. Look at that beautiful passage of play. Audi Menzi with the pass. And wow, nicely struck. But still, you really want, it's already over the line at that point. But Mike Ott just wants to make sure that it's in. Look at that right there. I would say that the pass itself was beautiful.
That was a fantastic team effort to get the goal. Meliza setting up Menzi, faking the defender, the drawback. Menzi finding that space in between the defenders. That perfect amount of space, and Mike Ott running into the ball. Jaridi gets a bit of touch to it, but not enough to stop it from ending at the back of the net.
And again, you have to thread that ball in front of, well, tatlo yata yung defender na nilagpasan nun eh. And nobody just reacted to it and nobody was able to clear it or at least put a foot in front of it. Wow.
I have to say a bit of a shaky defensive start for the side of Cebu. They're giving away free set piece opportunities right outside the box. It was a miscontrol, as we mentioned, that led to that throw-in, a turnover of possession in the attacking third.
Ooh. Speaking of mistakes, that was another one right there. Buti na lang at naagapan with Cebu right now making that run. Corsame and Arboleda to a foot race, but Arboleda just gets to it first. Hindi na hinabol ni Roberto Corsame Jr. Kaya restarting with this turnover. Another opportunity for Kaya to be the more dominant side right now since nakikita nila yung cracks in the armor of the Gentle Giants. Now, one thing that we have all been looking into, and maybe we need a more technical analysis of things here, but what's the difference when Kaya goes up against the domestic teams like this, where they dominate the ball really easily, against when they go up against their counterparts in Asia? That there's sometimes quite a contrast in that difference.
No, that's a lot to unpack, and I'm going to save my opinion on things like that for the Minsan Football Show.
Ooh.
So watch that every Wednesday. As long as there are games on the weekend, we have the Minsan Football Show every Wednesday, usually around 9 and 9:30 p.m.
Ganda ng plug mo dyan, ha? Well, here comes Cebu now trying to unpack this really tight defense coming from Kaya, but they still cannot find their way through that final third. They had an opportunity earlier, about 2 or 3 times, pero after that, biglang namamatay na lang yung atake nila sa midfield. Kaya must be doing something right. Pass again. Looks like they will have to skip midfield if they want to get the ball to the final attacking third. Fatih against 2. Menzi, nice foot in. Now on to that turnover of attack. My God. Waiting for his teammates. Back up on the left. And back to my God. Opportunity to cross. Who's he wanting for? Nobody there. Straight into the feet of the defender.
Just how that play was transitioned from an attack for Cebu quickly into an attack for Kaya FC. Kaya did so well to win back possession. And as we mentioned, thread the needle and lead it up to an attack.
And it just goes out of play again. Kaya just inching themselves into an attacking opportunity yet again. And this time around, long throw opportunity to. At mukhang yun nga ang gagawin ni Fitch. It comes the delivery. Into the box. Straight into Rosquilha's head. The referee has blown. We'll go back to Cebu now for a free kick.
If I'm not mistaken, that was for a foul throw. Tumaas yung foot ni Fitch Arboleda nung tinapon niya yung bola.
You have to keep both feet planted if you want to make that throw. Pero wala ding puwersa eh. Hindi din siya umabot sa gitna ng box. Yun yung hinihintay natin. But still, another opportunity. Calling for a handball there, Kaya. Still not given to them. But the ball goes back to Cebu for a throw. Still on that right flank. You could see that that Cebu is trying something new by making those long passes. And when they do that, they eventually find themselves in critical areas, but that's the touch that's failing them right now because they just can't capitalize on whatever space they get on that side. But they're going to try again. Fatih, not moving forward there. Goes back to Villanueva, who lost the ball. And a bit of a disagreement there. Who gets it? John Mike Masinag says it's Kaya who should take that throw.
So far, we really haven't seen anything from Cebu FC on the attack. They haven't been as fluid, haven't been able to connect or string together passes up on top.
I think this is the gentle part of being the gentle giants. They are taking things too gently right now, giving Kaya a lot of respect and giving Kaya a lot of opportunities, from dead balls to those measly little mistakes. Kaya is on the way now. Left flank. Cross. Daniels doesn't get anywhere. But still, they give those opportunities so freely. Like, hindi nga nila hinahamon yung mga crosses na yun.
It's been a bit scrappy on both ends of the pitch for the side of Cebu. Kaya doing well to take advantage of those errors and the fouls that were given away, and able to convert them into 2 goals. If you're just joining us, of course, the first goal was scored by Janjan Meliza, 25th minute. And at the 35th minute, 36th minute, Mike Ott doubled it up for the side of Kaya. This is the Philippine Football League 2025-2026 season, and we are coming to you live from the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium.
Match number 16 of round 1. And it looks like Cebu could have a chance here for Abu C, but the ball just goes over everyone, including him. Malapit na rin ang end of the first half. Anything that Cebu can do to change the tides here?
The first thing that they have to do is to minimize those errors and the cheap giveaways.
That's true. Fredo? Almost.
I know that Cebu have the quality and the capability and the caliber being a top squad. They just haven't showed it yet in this matchup.
And we've seen the quality that they have. They are always a menace when it comes to the counterattacks. And we know for a fact na pag titignan mo yung squad nila, they have the ability to score. But Kaya, on the other hand, they have plenty of firepowers waiting in reserve here. Ooh, no foul by the referee. Opportunity for Cebu. Big clearance there from Daniels. Just keep it away. Oh no, that was Gavin Muwins with the clearance rather, and it just goes back to Cebu. Leden now.
And there's going to be 3 minutes of added time in this first half. So 3 minutes for Kaya to protect this lead, to get the advantage coming into halftime.
Yeah, you know, Kaya may be leading by 2 goals, but a goal coming from Cebu at this critical point could severely change the talk in the dressing room this afternoon. Right now, Kaya just trying to drain the time down. Fredo to Yamazaki. You know, so far, Yamazaki has not really been tested either at this stage. There had been some opportunities where Cebu would just get that ball over the long passes on that left flank. Pero hindi na siya kasing effective na inaasahan natin kasi Audi Menzi could really track down that left flank. It's like his own territory right there. Kaya is up down the midfield. Muwins looking for Arboleda, finds him. Ott is coming close. Goes back to Gavin Muwins. Little pass around between these players trying to trickle the time down. Eric Eso down midfield. Goal scorer from earlier, John Beliza. still looking for opportunities to just hang on to that ball. Don't need to take unnecessary risks at this stage.
IFC just enjoying much of the possession at this moment.
Cebu just really giving them the time of day to really hang on to it. Nakikita ko lang si Abusi yung humahabol right up that high position.
Exactly. You're the team na nakahabol, pero they're allowing KFC to keep possession, still sticking to their game plan.
John Mike Masinek has to take control, and he has a card in his hands. Kore, I think, was a little bit overzealous there, using his momentum to shove John Meliza out of the way. And looks like a card has been issued, I think, to Aldi Menzi too.
And hope we can get a replay to just unpack this. Kore with a heavy challenge on Meliza. You could tell that it was just out of pure frustration already.
Well, you can see it right there. Meliza no longer has the ball. He didn't have to put his foot out. But then, to the rescue of his teammate, Menzi. Tsaka si Menzi lang talaga tingin ko yung may tamang tangkad para tapatan si Kore.
Menzi unhappy with the challenge of Kore.
He did
That
get
over-eagerness to help ended up putting him in the books of the referee.
And now he has the ball, and he's going to be, well, he's going to keep it with the team. All for that whistle. So we have the end of the first half, and right now, Kaya is leading 2-0 against the Gentle Giants. A lot to unpack right now, but final words before we close off the half.
It was a great start for Kaya FC Iloilo. Comfortable lead for them. It's going to be a lot for Cebu to really try to get back much stronger in the second half. They haven't really had any chances to really test out Cortez. So at the moment, 2-0 in favor of Kaya FC Iloilo. Don't go anywhere. Second half action when we return.
With an action-packed first half out of the way, we see ourselves looking at Kaya leading 2-0 against the Gentle Giants Cebu FC. Glenn Casas back on the mic here with you alongside Asha Alquiros, bringing us the action for this afternoon's match. And grabe, what first half that was. Kaya was dominating with possession, waiting for Cebu to make mistakes, and oh my God, they did, and they took advantage. How would you assess the first half, Asha?
It's been a lot of it was for the side of Kaya FC. Let's take a look at some of that first half highlights. These were the best chances that we saw from Dynamic Herb Cebu. And it was very early in the game. This was the foul given away and the goal from Janjan Meliza, just capitalizing on a set piece opportunity in a golden spot right outside that 18-yard box. And he hits it to perfection in such a big match. To give them that confidence and to get that first goal in the game. He had other opportunities as well to be able to take chances from distance.
Pero you could see that Kaya really just wanted to really mash the opposition there. Look at those the passage of play between those players from Meliza to Menzi, and then the final icing on the top there with Mike Ott just tapping it in and doing a second one for good measure. Ends up with 2 goals to the goods here between the two sides. And so far, looks like if it remains the same way right now, Kaya with the lion's share of possession and the number of shots as well, they've been dominating every single aspect so far. And Cebu is, well, they've been given not just a tough assignment from the get-go, but right now, this is an even higher mountain to climb.
58 possession for Kaya FC, 42% for Cebu, 9 shots, 6 on target, 2 were converted into goals, 5 corners as well for the side of Kaya FC. And for Cebu, only 4 shots, 2 on target. I'd say there were half shots that were on target. A lot of fouls for both sides, and both teams have picked up 2 yellow cards each.
Well, we also just wanted to put back the coach interview for Cebu FC because earlier it got cut off. Let's see if we can put it in.
So our team right now is we just arrived from Vietnam for our Shopee Cup, and we have 2 to 3 players got injury. It's important players also. Then right now, my team is still in recovery from the high game in Vietnam, and our trip also terrible because of the weather. Turbulence is really bad. So now, of course, we aim for this game. All of us teams here aiming for winning every match. Very important for us for this game. Hope the team play good game today with the God guidance, and we always positive on this game of AFL. Thank you.
The second half has already kicked off, and right now you could see on your screens Cebu trying to catch up. Hopefully, the bad travel or the travel would be something that they could just look back on. And right now, they really need to pick up the pace against the defending champs right here. Kaya just waiting for them to pounce on mistakes, and you could see the ball now. Daniels dispossessed there, but it goes in a foul in favor of Kaya.
And as Coach Glenn mentioned, a lot of things not in their favor. Again, having a midweek game, and it's not just like for Cebu, for Kaya in their AFC game, it was just a travel to Clark. They had to go to Hanoi, and when they did go to Hanoi, as the coach mentioned, not ideal weather conditions, so a lot of turbulence. Players are still recovering. They also had 3 players who got injured. We didn't have full confirmation from the staff yet, but again, no Rico Andes for the side of Cebu in today's matchup.
And his services would have been critical there, just like that cross. It almost would have been an opportunity for Kaya to just head it in, but looks like they get the recovery and they opt to go back. Yamazaki in the ball right, or on the ball right now, opts to go back to their keeper. Again, Yamazaki with the long pass. Again, looking for Fitch Arboleda on the left side. Daniels to Ott. Ott makes a run. Dispossessed down the middle. Cebu needs something here. They need to move forward. And that pass to Corsame was just so poor, it's not exactly the pass that they're looking for.
So far, what we're seeing from Yamazaki playing as that center back role for Kaya FC is his contributions on the attack, his vision, and his pinpoint delivery to be able to set the players up on top.
No, one interesting thing, Coach Glenn has a good has real preference on the 4-4-2, but he uses a 6-6 in which yung dalawang center mids niya tends to pull back most of the time. Do you think it would be a good idea to just put them forward there? Because they really are losing defensively anyways.
Take them for the side of Cebu. It's really important for them, again, to challenge higher up the pitch. They're also laying back low. In that first half, they were laying low, allowing Kaya FC to enjoy much of the possession there.
Looks like that's Abu C on the ground. You see on the screen right now. I think that was a bit of a heavy tackle as the ball was dispossessed from him. Referee having a look. Hopefully it wasn't anything to do with the head, kasi iba talaga when it comes to head injuries.
Let's see a closer look at the replay of how that happened. Okay, that they'll still give the possession for the side of Kaya. There's no ill intent. When the slide was given, the ball was all ball.
Threatening Kaya again. It's not over yet. Eric Eso. Nope, not this time around. He fancies to have a shot, but still really way off target there for Eso.
So skying that chance. But again, how quick for Kaya FC to create chances up on top.
And may konting panggigigil na coming from Eric Eso, trying to win possession up high, perhaps to make for that really wide shot that he just did. Now Cebu has another chance. He will go long, and this time they will start going with these long balls because they have shown a little bit of effect in trying to go over the wall. It's just the control, the touch that they're missing on that final third. And I think if they can get that out of the way, they might be able to get themselves an opportunity here. Throw in for Cebu. Still no clear winner with that possession, but it still goes back to Cebu with another throw. Skilio with the assignment of delivering this. It is in long throw territory again. Skilio just taking a few steps back. And it comes. Will it be good? It's in the box. Headed by the defense of Kaya. But the ball is still up in the air. Cebu could still get it. Abusi, good delivery back into the box. But Gadia just not quick enough to that.
That was good work from Menzi to just control that back to the direction of Cortez.
Now just Kaya, just another easy opportunity for them to just hang on to the ball. But wait, looks like the commentator's curse took effect. Cebu has it now. Osame on that right flank, looking for that pass. He gives chase. He does get the ball, but he will be facing two defenders. Gets the pass through, but Corsame couldn't catch up to it. Kenshiro Daniels now with Kaya. Charging down that left side. Good pass to Arboleda. They have an opportunity. Arboleda opts to go to the opposite side, but no one there waiting. And now Cebu can recover with a turnover.
You can see Arboleda. Vision was there. The delivery was poor.
I think he was having that idea of just moving it where there's a lot of space, but couldn't really find his man. But Cebu now, they have to do it quicker if they want to up the tempo a bit. Rosquillo dispossessed by Ott. Ott, good pass to Bedic. Bedic sees the run. Ooh, and almost threads it to Meliza. Still menacing after leading by 2 goals. They are looking for a third, no doubt. Cebu just rolling the ball, getting the defenders involved in play. Camis. Ooh, that was a collision right there. Referee didn't blow his whistle though, and Cebu keeps the ball, and they keep running. Opportunity on the left flank. Can they take advantage? They have people in the middle. They need to do something, and that's not what they needed to do. 2 players are still on the ground there. It looks like John Mike Pasinaga, our referee, will have no choice but to have a look at it.
No replay.
It looks like they really had quite a bump there, but the referee is just asking them to soldier on, to be on their feet. Still not red enough. Well, looks like from that play there, just a collision, but the referee sees nothing untoward, and the play goes on. I think referee will issue a drop ball here.
Again, since the restart of the second half, Kaya somewhat picking up where they left off,
Yeah, the win.
able to find those passes in between, up on top, bringing the ball up. Cebu, they're basing it as well from their last games. It takes them quite a while to warm up, to find the rhythm in the game.
You know, I always liken Cebu to a diesel engine. Now, pag uminit-init na, dyan talaga bumabanat. And there, that was almost a poor clearance there. Good thing Jaridi was quicker. And now Cebu could have an opportunity here to go full throttle. Ah, that was a good idea by Corsame, but well read by Casambre.
I beg to argue that that was actually a good clearance from the side of Cebu. A crucial touch from the center back. He had two players for Kaya FC right behind him. So a touch from the Cebu defense was crucial to make sure this doesn't become 3-0.
And looks like that was an opportunity to go 2-1 there, but Corsame just couldn't find the final pass. He does win a free kick though, and it is in a very precarious spot.
Signs of life here for the side of Cebu. Great work from Corsame on that right-hand side. Goes 1v1 with Fitch, attracts the foul. Set piece opportunity just towards the edge.
As good
Now
as
able to send a lot of players up on top. They do have those tall attacking players. It's all about just being clinical with these chances.
Cebu throwing everybody into that box save for one. Everyone's in there. They really want to get this. Well, they have an opportunity now. Same places himself there. Movement. Someone fell. Referee's nothing doing. No header. Clearance. And Kaya could still be in danger here. No, Kaya gets that, and they are now on the attack. But Jaridi was just quick on his feet and in a good spot to start the run. Kaya wants it done quickly. Goes to Muens.
From that set piece, of course, great header from Casambre to get to it first. Cebu not able to take advantage of that moment, having all those players up on top.
Yeah, and you'd think that they have the height advantage. By average, I think that Cebu has the taller players. They have the threat in the air. They just need to be first to the ball. You know, be a little bit more hungry for it. Well,
I don't know, on the sideline, Cebu, both Cebu actually and Kaya will be making substitutions in this matchup. Likes of Cabral, Borlongan, Paulos. Just waiting to be introduced in this game. And much needed for the side of Cebu. Really going to be leaning in on these substitutes, on these impact players from the sub to inject more life and energy for the side of Cebu, especially on the attack.
Well, looks like they have to do something quick if they want to get the job done. Kaya, on the other hand, really just need to keep the pressure going for keep Cebu under their thumb, because they already have the insurance goal. They have the 2-goal advantage, but Cebu still has a good chance to turn the tables around with enough time on their hands.
Of course, for Coach Glenn and for Cebu, as he mentioned, fatigue plays a factor. So he is trying to manage this whole team, the minutes that they're all playing. And let's see if the gamble pays off when he does introduce these players off the bench.
Well, Rasquillo now on the ball, right side, waiting for Corsame's run. Tries to get to Porsame. It successfully does. He is not offside. Flag stays down. Cross into the box. And it was almost an opportunity. Cortez almost had it. It looks like the danger is not over yet. Going long and over the bar. Looks like nabuhayan ng konti ang Cebu. In come the substitutions now. Double change for Kaya. We also have a triple change for Cebu. 24 for the 36.
Substitutions all around for the side of Kaya FC. And as well for the side of Cebu. Martini, Ray, and Bugas will be introduced in this matchup. And for the side of Cebu, Borlongan, Cabral, and Paulos. For Kore, Camis, and Gadia. Gadia's even a name that I don't even think we mentioned, not even once in this matchup. Except now when he subbed off this game.
Goes to show that there may be some adjustments that Coach Glenn could still do to turn the tables. And you know, they have the injections that he is doing right now. One of the things that caught my attention would be Esrom Paulos, the number 19 right winger. Currently, in all competitions, he has the most assists, with 3 assists to his name across all of the competitions this season. It could be just what they needed to get this going. Kaya with the ball, loses it. Trying to get the ball started here right down midfield, but loses that as well. Opportunity again to take the charge. Meliza, one-on-one. Tries to get the ball to his teammate, but loses the ball again. And now Cebu could have an opportunity if they can get the ball out. And they do, but it just goes over the touchline. It will be a throw.
For the side of Kaya FC, they did make 2 attacking substitutions. Daniel Day is done, and in his place is Martini Ray, and Bedix Day is done, and in his place was Bugas. And for the side of Cebu, substitutions, middle of the park for them. There's 2 center mids in Kore and Gadia, both being replaced by Paulos and Cabral. And 1 defensive substitution. Camis is out, and in his place is Borlongan.
And Camis has been doing a good job in getting his foot in between the ball and the attacker. But again, fatigue really sets a tone here, especially with all of these players coming from Hanoi. So maybe it is just to refresh the lineup and keep the activity going. That will be Rosquillo's ball.
And the last time Paulos came off the bench for Cebu, that was in their game against Stallion Laguna, and he played an integral part in changing the game and eventually helping Cebu get the win. So let's see how he slots in now again in this matchup against Kaya.
Cebu's trying to get away on that left side. Fatih couldn't. Still, they do get possession in a more advanced situation. Well, that will be a free kick. And the young Esrom Paulos, only 20 years of age, from Australia. For the delivery, people in, headed by Arboleda. Still, the danger has not yet been completely averted. Possession goes back to Cebu, and this time courtesy of the throw. Still on it, and he is on the ball again. Trying to get things away. Back to Jaime Rosquillo. Cebu restarting, and something has changed with the dynamic right now. You could see that there's a little bit more energy after the injection. Now Cebu trying to get their way on that left flank. Two defenders cross in, trying to get it to Abu C, but the defender was favorite to it. Ray trying to control, loses it. And now Cebu could still restart, but that was a bit of a shove there and a foul going against Kaya. Cebu to take it quickly. Same on that right side, but the field just wasn't wide enough for him. He couldn't keep it in. Arboleda now with the throw. Asking Lucas to go long. Trying to find Ott instead. Ray. Martini Ray couldn't keep it in. Ball goes back the other direction. Cebu trying to keep it in now. Cebu on that left side. What can they do from here? Trying to get that ball to Abu C again. Unsuccessful, but they have, well, looks like a foul has been called and a yellow card has been issued to Roberto Corsame Jr. And you can hear the crowd unhappy with that.
It was a dangerous challenge from Corsame on to Ray. It was a sliding tackle from behind. And ends up getting a yellow for it.
Looks like it will be a free kick now. Kaya would really want to take their time. Clock is still ticking, 65 minutes already gone. And if you're just tuning in, this is Glenn Casas alongside Tasha here. Tasha Alquiros. 2 goals to Kaya. Still, but they are knocking on the doors of Cebu to make it 3. So far in the last 5 minutes, Cebu has found their way into the attacking third and is trying to give Kaya the scare.
This time around, Muans gets a yellow card, picks up a card on that challenge, an unnecessary challenge. Finds himself in the books as well of the referee, John Mike Basinang. Not good signs for the side of dynamic Herb Cebu. Ledel slow to get back up. And he's pointing to his head, and if I'm not mistaken, that was from the collision that he had earlier on with his teammate. He did shake it off. He tried to continue on in this game.
I guess too much is too much there. It looks like the medical team will have to look into this urgently. Hindi talaga natin gustong makita ang head collisions here. Looks like they will be looking at him on the field for now.
And it looks like Liao is getting ready for the side of Cebu to be introduced in this game. Closer look again at Coach Yu Hoshide, man in charge for the side of Kaya.
Been around, Coach Yu, a 2-time PFL winner, 3 this time, 3 actually, if you count the recent season. Looks like they will be stretchering that off. Liddell will have to go through stretcher. That is definitely not a sight you would like to see. In his place will be the number 2, Nigel Liao.
Substitution for Cebu FC. Number 18, the one there is the baseline number 2.
So another forced substitution for the side of Cebu. After just making a triple substitution few minutes earlier.
Medyo binawasan nga ang mga cards na pwede pang laruin ni Coach Glenn, but hopefully it could inject something new. And with that delivery, could something happen? Another heart attack moment there from Alfredo Cortez. Looks like he was about to drop the ball into some unsuspecting attackers. Bugas trying
Great
to,
work from the goalkeeper.
yeah.
Jumped up high, made sure to get full control of that. And it's always a step above when goalkeepers can keep possession of the ball rather than just punch it out.
But again, that was a nervy moment right there. And Kaya could turn the tables around with another goal. They have a chance, they have the numbers, but they opt to go another way. Mendy, back to Meliza, back to Mendy. Mendy making a run down the middle, skips his man, takes a shot. Well blocked by the center back. Kaya still gets the ball and continues the pressure.
Tell it's getting a bit feisty between Abusi and Muans in the middle.
And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to, if you really want to change their mindset, you need to get in their heads. And if you can open that little gap, an opportunity could arise for Cebu. But right now, Kaya is really taking the field.
Muans gets the ball first. Also gets a bit of Pinto after that.
Looks like they want to go quick here. Yeah, good pass, finds Ott. Ott now wants to get away. He has a chance, lays it off to Bugas on the left. Paulo Bugas, another Kaya signing. Pass, and shot, not good enough. Kaya just applying the pressure. They really want to keep the foot on the throttle here. Delivery into the box. Headed away by Fatih. Still, Kaya regains possession. They do not want a clearance coming from Cebu.
So at that moment, trying to take a shot from distance, but Borlongan closing him down really quickly, not allowing him to get that solid contact to it, or even find its way to the back.
Kaya will have to give it another try here. Good pass down that right flank. Just a good cross to Ray, and heads away by the defender. Another shot! Ott almost doubling his tally. But well responded. The keeper was able to match it up. We have another substitution for Kaya.
Look at that, that was headed down, but just in front of Mike Ott. Controls it for himself before he takes a chance. And Jeridi, having to do a lot there, comes out big to make a save and make sure that this stays 2-0. 14 shots for Kaya FC and only 8 so far for Cebu. And Zambrano slowly be introduced in this matchup. And it looks like it's going to be for Eso. So a like-for-like substitution.
Somebody to hold down midfield.
All right, Zambrano usually playing a bit more of a defensive mid position. So they're doubling up to really protect that 2-0 lead.
The delivery now comes in. Good heads in, but great hands going over everyone else, Ridi. Now he wants to get this started. Looking for Fatih. He just needs to find him. Fatih. Ooh. And Kaishi Yamazaki denies him, but gets a foul in the process. Earns a yellow for that effort. Well, looks like Fatih has been shaken up a little bit with that, but certainly not out just yet. And this leaves Cebu with another good opportunity to whip the ball into the box. But considering that Cebu has always had the height advantage, they've yet to take advantage of towering over the Kaya defense. Opportunity now for Cebu to whip it in. Longan, it's into the box. Fredo punches it away. Cebu wants to restart, but Kaya cleans up. And now Kaya could be on a counter here. Martini Ray could not make that pass. Corsame first to the ball, and Cebu could be back on the attack. Fati on the right. Goes over, finds Abusi, who is offside, and that kind of diminishes the momentum that Cebu's built.
And as the game goes on, you can see Cebu slowly finding the rhythm in this matchup. Corsame doing really well. That touch there to make sure to stop the quick transition from Martini Ray and the rest of the Kaya attack. To lead the attack again for Cebu.
Well, there are still a lot of opportunities there, some gaps that Cebu could take advantage of, but so far, only Kaya has been really pressing on the wounds here. And with that cross, change in direction, that diagonal pass, not making its intended target, but finds its way on Maniot's feet, or Mike Ott's feet. Iba na pala yun. And on the left side with Paulo Bugas. Still just really hanging on to possession rather than taking unnecessary risks, Kaya. Alfredo Cortez being pressured by Abusi, clears it, and almost gets dispossessed right down the midfield, but the ball just goes back to Kaya for another throw, and again, another shuffle in the books for Cebu with another double substitution coming in.
So Tong and Sudo making their way up on top. So it's attacking changes for the side of Cebu. Abusi and Pinto both being replaced.
Interesting. So they are doubling up on the attacking range this time. Just refreshing their arsenal up front. Tong and Sudo. Perhaps to inject something up front for Cebu. Cebu wants to make use of it. Sudo, cross, into the box. No header there, but the shot! And he missed it by quite a while.
It's one of the best chances that we've seen so far from Cebu. Substitutes quickly making a difference, injecting life in this matchup. And you can see also Cebu taking up more space up on top. They are now pressuring the defensive line of Kaya, forcing them to make errors towards their own defensive third. They were able quickly to turn that around and into a chance.
And now looks like the Cebu attack continues with this possession. Left flank. Paulos couldn't find a teammate there. Owens now. This is exactly where they want their defenders to be more strong now. Cebu is adding the pressure and perhaps find Kaya making mistakes, but so far so good. Nothing so critical has yet been breached. For how much longer as Cebu keeps on knocking those doors. Clearance. Sambre still gets it. Goes back to Cortez, the keeper. He tries to change direction to the right side. And again, the same result as earlier. Corsame just making it difficult for Kaya to hang on to possession on that side.
That's Menzi who goes down there on the challenge with Corsame. Papo Corsame, of course, he was playing that right wing role in that first half. Such a utility player to have in your team. Now being able to slot in on that left back side. And he's been doing really well, challenging all the aerial attacks there.
And he's not even the tallest Cebu player. He's really just one of those who quickly reacts.
And also to have a player with such a high football IQ to be able to slot in at different positions for the side of Cebu, whether to help on attacking duties or when needed defensively as well. pushing up now Borlongan on that left-hand side.
That cross goes over everyone, and no one from Cebu waiting on that side of the field. Kaya can take advantage, but the field just not wide enough for Paulo Bugas. Goes outside again. Cebu, the chance. Ooh, good ball in, almost Tong.
But Cebu at the moment finding themselves in the attacking third for longer periods of time, able to put together more passes. It's a crucial touch from Fitch Arboleda. He ends up giving the corner. Better a corner than a chance on goal.
Agreed.
It's Kazu Sudo. Just been really good since he's been introduced alongside with Tong.
Kind of like the sharp edge of a knife. They just have to resharpen the tool if they want to keep using it. And in comes the delivery now. Someone a shot! No! Still not enough to breach the net.
Absolute fantastic work there from Cortez. He hasn't had to make that many saves in this game. He had to come out big for that occasion.
The man on attack, that was Ball Choi Tong, who could not convert. And now Kaya off to the races, not quite. Under a lot of defensive pressure there coming from Cebu up high, and they just couldn't find a way through. So far, kung tama estimates ko, in the last 10 minutes, I think Cebu has seen more of the ball in the last 10.
So we've seen that shift of momentum now. A game of football, no team can really control the ball all 90 minutes. So it's important for Cebu as this shift happens to rack up chances and to convert those chances into goals if they really want to challenge the defending champions.
Looks like Kaya wants to challenge their defense again, but Paulo Bugas just opts to go round back. Muins all the way back to Alfredo Cortez again, inviting the Cebu attackers forward. And Cebu this time, no doubt in their heads, they will charge for that. And that mistake has led to this possession. Paulos has it into the box, and there could be an opportunity cleared by Casambre.
It was good work defensively from Yamazaki and Casambre. Yamazaki stopping that quick attack. Casambre clearing that out of danger. But at the moment you can see Cebu putting on the pressure on the defensive line and forcing them to make errors in the back.
Well, looks like Kaya now really wants to drain the time here. We only have around 8 minutes and some change remaining in regular time, plus stoppage. And most likely there's about 5-6 minutes of it remaining here. Depends on how many more stoppages would happen. But Kaya with the upper hand, they have possession. They almost are through. But Cebu regains possession. They could restart that attack on that left side, but there's just not enough momentum, not enough steam. Kaya again trying to change and tip this game further into their favor with another substitution. Diano now coming in for Audi Menzi.
And a like-for-like substitution on the right back side. Audi Menzi's day is done, and in his place will be Mardiano.
Really hot contest this, but Kaya just wants to seal the deal. Get a little bit more defensive-minded players into the fray, but they have an opportunity to put that ball into the box again. Free kick in a very sweet spot.
The thing with going against a team like Cebu, you could never count them out, not until the final whistle.
I can
Especially in recent games, it feels like that's somewhat been their specialty to creep in when just when you think that you've had the game covered, and that's really when they come alive.
I can sense that that's coming from experience, especially with that last game that they had in the PFL, not with the international. Really trying to empty their lungs to just get those runs in order. Kaya has the opportunity to triple. No can do. Ooh, and the foul has been adjudged. It will go in Cebu's favor. Another opportunity to just let this Kaya attack die down and let them restart on their own. Doesn't go for the long ball this time, Jaridi. Ilio now shifting to a center back role with the more speedier players on the field. Cabral looking for that pass. Finds Liao. Liao to Paulos. Shot. That was as close as you can get. It's not enough. But Cebu has another chance to try again. Shifting, looking for that open man. Cebu just throwing everything they have. Liao with a header! And no, that would have been offside either way. No, looks like it just goes the other way. Wow, great hands though from Alfredo Cortez, even if that would have been a good one. What a save that would have been.
That was a cross inside the box. That's just gonna be a foul called on Liao.
Ooh.
Putting his hands on Arboleda. Not sure how strong that push actually was. But Fitch Arboleda slow to get back up.
I think that was the hand, the waving signal there coming from Cortez was saying that, no, we don't need the medics. Arboleda has been shaken by that impact. But the game goes on for that gentleman. Cortez not to take this. Free kick. Good distance in it, but still not far enough to breach the flanks just yet. Kaya can't take control in the air. Cebu wins it. And now they have a chance to move on that right side. Sudo. Cross into that box. Not quite there yet, but they still have an opportunity to keep it going. Gorsame. Gorsame cannot find someone in the box yet. Still, they keep knocking on that perimeter fence. Still couldn't get themselves into the front door. Cebu is just throwing everything they have here, and time is running out.
As you mentioned, Cebu finding the rhythm very late in this game. Finding themselves on more occasions in the attacking third, creating more chances up on top. Not really connecting yet inside the box once the ball is thrown in that area.
Of course, even if that is the case right now, you only need one golden opportunity to pull it back. But so far, Kaya could be with an opportunity of their own! And listen to that crowd! Looks like they have put this game to bed.
And Zambrano is putting that final nail in the coffin. It was against the flow of play. It was Cebu that was constantly on the attack. But Kaya FC Iloilo, in that quick shift there, Mike Ott connecting to Zambrano, getting away from two players, and then sending that one to that further left post. Great work on the quick counter. Melisa to Ott to Zambrano. No one really closing him down. Great substitution, putting in Zambrano in this match. And eventually gets the third goal for Kaya FC.
Although when he was put in, we were thinking that they were just keeping everything in the defense ship shape. But looks like this also had some blessings going in for their attacking side. And Kaya has just certainly made the most of it. That counterattack was so quick and lethal that right now Cebu may have really lost all hope in getting something done. But could they at least get a consolation goal? They're still pushing for it. There is still some time for it. Last minute remaining in regular time. Then stoppage right after that. Cebu, Fatih on the floor. Referee not interested with that. The clearance, though, keeps that attack away.
For Zambrano. And also for Ott earlier, you could see that the new signings of Kaya FC Iloilo quickly paying off. Zambrano that they signed from Maharlika. Introduced late in this matchup. Cheeky movements there from Paulos.
Was not expecting that, to be honest, but certainly that was a good way to get the ball into the box, but not a good way to finish that. Could have been an attack of the ages for them. Five more minutes of added time. And looks like that could still play a little bit of favor for Cebu, but it certainly puts the game away. It's not as big as the previous ones we've seen. We've seen bigger.
But if you're Cebu, you'd also be a bit disappointed. Not a little bit, you'd be very disappointed in the outing so far for your squad. 3-0 against Kaya FC Iloilo. Kaya have been in the driver's seat for most of this matchup.
I thought that they were threatening to make it 4 because the game is not over yet until the final whistle.
That was great work from Mike Ott to keep the ball in favor of Kaya FC.
They're no longer committing as many players up front here, but Mike Ott looking for that delivery. Scattered players, scattered yellow shirt in the box. Header in. Ooh, could have been number 4, but not the right direction.
Dynamic Herb Cebu. Just haven't really got it going in this matchup.
It looks like they're still not one for trying here. A flank, some space, an opportunity to pass. However, Kaya was able to challenge it, keep the ball away. Player on the ground for Cebu.
Who have been good in small moments, but over the course of a game, just not enough. They really are missing the likes of Rico and Des, who, as we've mentioned earlier, is not available for this matchup. It's not on the substitution list either.
And
To be missing your top striker at the moment, who scored 4 goals, 5 goals if I'm not mistaken, across all competitions that they are a part of. No one really there to pick up the pace of what he's left off.
yes, truth be told, the next scorer would have been Paulos with only 1 goal to his name. So 4-goal difference between him and Rico Andes, who has already shown a lot of his effectivity. But Kaya taking advantage of that lack of lethality up front by being lethal on their own. And now they have another chance to move it forward. Kaya loses it. Cebu with the attack, looking for Fatih. Cleared away. Kaya still running down the clock here. 2 minutes remaining out of the 5. And still Kaya with the ball. Zambrano. Ray couldn't get to that ball ahead of the team. And still Kaya maintains possession and still keeps the pressure going. So looking at how things are ending up in the last few minutes here, it really could be that they're trying to mellow down the Cebuano engine. Gus, what can he do from that space? Ooh, trips. It was cleared.
But if Kaya sustain this 3-0 lead and end the game just like this, they will be the only team that no one has scored against. So they will still keep that perfect record so far, put them on top of the standings with 4 games played, 4 wins, and no goals scored against. They also are the team with the highest goal difference. This time around would have proven that they're in a good shift of momentum, even against the top teams.
Well, this is certainly a good thing for them to bring, because after this challenge, looks like they will be going back to Asia again. Ooh, a player down. Referee blows his whistle for a foul, and it goes in Cebu's favor. You know, mindset is everything in football, especially with a lot of the time that you play. So bringing a good winning momentum into your next game could really help. Cebu trying to bring it back from the death. Keeps the ball in. Yao. Paulos. Trying to get that pass through. No can do. Sudo. Can the header come in? Not this time. And the game has been decided. It looks like the defending champions have successfully repelled a feisty Cebuano encounter. So far, this game has all that we needed, all of the goals, all of the action, but unfortunately, it only came from one side. Final thoughts on this game, Tasha?
Quality work from Kaya FC Iloilo all around the park. They showed their dominance in attack, scoring 3 goals against Cebu, but they've also maintained their composure defensively, making sure that they get the clean sheet. So confident work all around, and they're riding on that good momentum that they've had in the PFL game after game after game, and are currently on top of the table for the PFL.
Well, you guys are gonna have a treat. As we leave you with the highlights, stick around, folks, because right after this, we still have Tuloy facing off with Stallion Laguna. So this will be quite a conclusion to your Super Sunday. Right now, we leave you with Kaya FC 2, Kaya FC 3, and Cebu 0. Once again, this is Glenn Casas on the mic alongside Natasha Alquiros. We bid you good night and see you on the next game.
So, ang inisip lang namin is how to yung preparation namin this whole week. So, tapos through to the AFC Champions League nga, kailangan namin bumawi. Kaya inisip namin yung game na to as a motivation for the upcoming ACL games.